Hello and welcome, my name is Ajaxpost, and yes, we're here in the dark heart of Pearl Harbour, where my valiant Japanese aircraft, dive bombers, torpedo bombers have dealt a devastating blow so far to the American fleet stationed here at Pearl Harbour. We're in the very first scenario of the Japanese campaign, I'll try and say it correctly with my teeth in full correctly working positions. That doesn't make sense either. No, I'm sorry. Yep, we're playing Strategic Mind, The Pacific, brand new from Stani Games, released on the 25th of October 2019. And I'm playing at the easiest game level, which they've labelled Storytelling, because having played it for a little while, I realised not just the mechanics of the game, but the strategy required for a naval, well, essentially naval-based turn-based war game were kind of alien to me, so I'm hoping that the AI will give me some leeway and some sense of at least some small victories at some points in the game. And I'm feeling quite confident at the moment, even though the enemy have not had their first turn yet. The enemy here, of course, being the American fleet and the air bases, etc., here in Pearl Harbour. Now, a couple of things. I've just reloaded this save from the end of the last episode. We are exactly where we left off, and I notice it's put the hexes back on. It's a simple little glitch, I think, in the game settings. If I go into game, it says they're disabled there, but if I enable and disable them again, they'll go away. Just like that. The hexes, as we saw in the last episode, do appear whenever you move or attack or anything like that. Whenever they're useful to know, they turn up, so that's fine. Now, as you may recall, I have used most of my assets so far, and for some reason my objectives don't appear here, which is rather annoying. But I can tell you, if I remember correctly, that I have dealt a blow and sunk 2 battleships already. I have brought my aircraft carriers rather close into shore, where they were actually within range of the long-range artillery, the coastal defences of. Is this Oahu? However you pronounce that in Hawaiian, Oahu. I'm not happy that sounds correct, but this island where Pearl Harbour is, we'll call it that. But my bombers have very successfully dealt with those guns, so they're taken out. The only thing I've got to worry about is there is an American fleet out here somewhere. I know not where. So I need to make sure I have got resources ready to deploy quickly when they do appear, so that I'm not entirely defenceless. So I've actually left a couple of my aircraft unused so far, but I do still have a couple of ships I can move around, destroyers here for example, which I'll actually bring in closer to the aircraft carriers in case they need additional defence. One thing hopefully you've noticed is I have adjusted the game sound and turned it down somewhat, so with any luck I am slightly easier to hear over the rather dramatic music and all these voiceovers, which I think I can turn off, but they're quite nice to have there in the background. So I'll leave you there. I can use sonar once per turn. No, there are no submarines here. I don't know if the Americans have submarines at this point in the game. I imagine they do. We'll bring you in there. Hide you behind the aircraft carrier just in case that's a good place to be. Again, strategy, I'm not entirely conversant with it. The destroyers do have, in addition to fairly good main guns with a range of 4, which you can see from this red line here, they do have torpedoes for sinking other ships and possibly submarines. As the depth charges obviously are good for dealing with submarines. They also have anti-air defences, so if any American aircraft try and come into combat with, try and attack my ships, the destroyers will be able to take defensive action. Let's move these as well, these destroyers. I'll leave the coastal elements for the moment. I'll just bring them into a defensive position, I think. Bring you in as well. In there. This, I think... Yep, that's a submarine. And I've got 2 other submarines as well down here, which I've not deployed yet either. So let's...
I'm still here.
I do have a spotter plane from this submarine, so we could use you. Because at the moment, I'm fairly blind to what's here inland on the island. So I think, you know, these question marks here telling me I don't know stuff. Oh, that's a radar station. We could do with getting rid of that, actually. So let's bring the submarine in here. Again, love these little bits of cutscene, but as you'll see, they're not always perfect. But they do add a nice touch to the game. So it's not just sort of moving hexes around. So let's launch our spotter plane. Get him into the air there. And we'll send him over here to see what's up on these hills. What do we have? Aha! We have a radar installation. What's that? Anti-aircraft. Ah. Okay, that's not so good then. Do we know anything about this? Can we tell what the range is? Sets off defense. Where's the range? Gun range is 2. Okay. Yeah, so we could get the spotter plane. That's unfortunate. I wonder, because I do have some planes still to let loose. Your torpedo bombers. You're all torpedo bombers.
We bring death on our wings.
Ah, right. You're a dive bomber.
Imperial Air Service.
Incendiary. Would they be good against anti-aircraft? I'm not sure. We'll try it anyway. So let's. Can I take you up? Where are you? Don't know where you are. Oh, you're here, are you? Ah, right. Oh, it's because, yes, I haven't moved you into a safe zone, have I? If I move you
Is someone observing
there, that's okay. No, so I've only got the zeros
The weight of our bombs makes
and
me feel more
torpedo
confident.
bombers left in reserve. I'll take 1-0 out here as a kind of defence for those 2 bombers. I think that'll work. Okay. Now, what else do I have that I can move? You haven't moved to a safe zone yet. We've not got any more bombers, I think, to use to finish off this this ship here. So we'll just move you into place there. So the first thing we can do is have you attack. Assuming that plane survives, we'll have him attack that ship.
Tactical bomber is here.
Okay, we're not going to move you.
What should be destroyed next?
Ah, right, the submarine here. What I'm thinking is, if I can get the submarines either guarding this here so the ships can't get out, or no reinforcements can get in, that might be a good move. So let's bring you up here to this entrance. There we go. I can, of course, short circuit this by double clicking in the destination hex, and they'll just move there immediately. Okay, well, obviously nothing there, so we're fine. I do have a spotter plane I could use, perhaps. Actually, there's this area here which I don't know yet. Let's move you then to... Ah! Okay. Ooh, a ship. What's that? It's a destroyer. Ooh, Okay, right, you have anti-aircraft and anti-submarine defences. Okay, the question is, will he come out here and spot my sub? Don't know. Oh, we've got the spotter up now, so let's bring the spotter into play. Take him out there. See what you can see there. Ooh. What are you telling me about this place? I'm not quite sure. Oh! Aeroplanes. Aha! Right, that's going to be one of our targets, I think. Do you actually tell me anything more about... No, I don't want to look at the plane. I want to look at the ground. There's an airfield. You're not telling me anything I don't already know. I can't already see. Ah, okay. Right. So if I just move you out the way there. Can I what am I... Oh, that's it. Oh, I've clicked on the American airfield. That's... So it's got... Okay, I'm not quite sure what all these lines mean. What do these lines mean? Oh, it's connected with... Ah, that could be supply routes. Yeah, I don't really understand supply in this game, so I'm going to ignore it. Okay, so that's you. Right. Can I take you? What's the range of my torpedoes? 2. Can I attack that destroyer? Is it worth the risk? Let me do it. Let me do it. There we go. Okay. Surprise sudden attack. Okay, he's lost some hull. And he spotted me. Darn it. And I've got a shell hole too. Ow, bother. But the thing is, that's a sort of octagonal, is that the right word? Symbol, so that's not one of my core forces. Oh, I can attack him again, can I? No. What can... I can't do...
Underwater silence makes me mad.
What's this? My engine's still working order. Remove 1 shell hole or 1 fire. Oh. Oh, I've recovered the shell hole. Oh, that's... Ah, okay. Right, now I've moved out that way. So the question is that destroyer going to become chasing my sub, or is he going to go in there because he does have anti-aircraft weapons to deal with the devastation going on inside the harbour? I don't know. But I do have this other submarine. And perhaps he will wait here. I mean, I'm treating this like a choke point, so I'm thinking it might be a good place to sort of set up some sort of attack. But I don't really know. Okay, we're going to leave you there. And this sub, we'll just move you in there for no good reason. Right, I think we're done now. I think I've moved... I'm still not seeing my victory points up there. I've got the victory progress. Okay, so I'm not sure. It did give me a list of my objectives, like battleships and oil fields and so on to destroy. Okay, right, and we've got our end turn here, which also tells us that I have turns to achieve victory is 15, and I think 10 without. So if I take 15 turns to achieve my objectives, I'll get a victory point penalty. I think, yep. Okay, okay, let's hand it over to the Americans. See what they do. Ah, he's coming after the sub. He spotted me. What's he going to do? That's my second hull damage.
The ship is barely afloat. Its whole HP is extremely low. Any further damage is likely to be fatal.
Oh no.
Move the ship away from the front lines, where it can wait for the end of the operation and much needed repairs.
Okay, so as you may have heard him talk, oh, he's gone now. I need to either move him away from the operation entirely and keep him safe, or do something else. Right, good, my objectives have returned. Right, so what can we do?
I can't wait any longer.
Can we? Actually, let's just check this sub here. What condition are you in? So, I'm down to 2 hull points. 0 means I sink. 6 out of 18, so that's severely disabling me. So my effectiveness in battle, my speed, the rest of it is much more compromised. Cannot change naval units HP. I've no idea what that means. Okay. This here. So movement type. Okay. So right, I could normally move 7, but I'm -4 because of the damage. That makes sense. But what about this American chap? What do we know about you? No, I'm not going to attack you. Oh, go. Oh, for goodness sakes. I clicked when I didn't want to click. So you've got 3 hull points left. Will 2 more torpedoes deal with that?
Could we eat something else for a change?
Let's see. Let us see.
We are coming for them.
And he spotted me to... This destroyer appears to be that much more effective than I am at dealing damage. Which is not good. Not good at all. Okay, let's move out the way. Looks like that part of my plan has failed. It's rather disappointing. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why my torpedoes are that much less effective than the destroyer's offensive weapons. But there you are. You.
I like rice, but could we eat something else for a change?
Can we actually nip inside the barrier?
Can we be friends with him? Guess not.
Because he's already used his sonar. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to nip in. The trouble is there are destroyers in there, but if we... If you don't take risks, you don't get rewards. It's something nobody ever said. You are. Okay. We've got a submarine there. We're not going to use you yet. Okay, what plane have I got? I've got a 0. I'm going to leave you for the moment. This is another 0. And we don't want you. I want that plane there. So we have this ship beneath us, which is a Colorado class. I think you are a battleship. Yep. 1 hull point left. So if I drop this torpedo on you, you, my friend, you're not my friend, of course, you're my enemy, you're going under. And he has. I have now destroyed, according to the objectives, 3 out of my 4 targeted battleships. And I can use this shortcut here to send him back to the aircraft carrier. Thank you very much. What a lovely cutscene. You will, I imagine, after a couple of these, get a little bit bored of waiting around, so you'll do a quick cut to the destination and let them get on with it. Okay, so what have we got here? You're another destroyer. You're another battleship, aren't you? So time for you to go down.
Be careful with the bombs.
Yep, taking you out.
Poor souls.
Down you go. I'll move you out of the way.
2 enemy lines.
What have we got here?
Should be destroyed next.
Another torpedo.
Approaching.
Oh no, this is one of the cutscenes that doesn't quite work. It would be nice if the sort of cinematic component of that actually stayed, so you could see them attacking the ship Oh, he wasn't attacking, I just clicked to move.
Some weight.
There he goes. Thank you, and good night.
Thank you for your great job, Admiral Nagumo. After losing half their battleships, the enemy fleet does not pose a big threat to us anymore.
So there you go. Thank you very much from the big cheese. Apparently I'm not Yamamoto after all, I'm Namoto or someone. But we've achieved our first primary objective. So the next thing is to wipe out the enemy aircraft. And we saw aircraft over here, wasn't it? Where's our spotter plane has gone back, has it? They can't have been brought down, surely. No. No, the aircraft was over here. It was over there, wasn't it? So that's our next target. Do we have actually a spotter plane? Let's release you from control. Where's those submarines?
I miss the fresh air.
Okay. So let's take you out. I want to get you back over here. Check up on. Right, so what we've got there, unknown. That's obviously a coastal defence battery. I'm seeing aircraft down here, so I assume they are live air. They are aircraft that can be brought into action, and we don't want those guys. I'm going to take the spotter plane back. Yep, there you go.
We will not let the Emperor down.
That's an aircraft carrier. Don't want to move you. Don't want to move you. What have we got here?
Are its prey.
Right, these are all torpedo bombers. They're just out of range at the moment. So where can I take them? I think we've got this radar station here, which I want to get rid of, I suppose. So we're going to leave those for the moment.
We are its prey.
Where are you? Oh, you're the one I sent
Weight
back.
bombs makes me feel more confident.
Right, you're a torpedo bomber. So let's take out, yeah,
Poor soul.
another battleship. Yeah, it would be nice if you kept the cinematic for the attack itself, rather than just the moving around. But it's something, I suppose. Okay, and
Air service.
right, you are currently unharmed. So the question is, do I finish off that other one, which we previously bombed, or this one? Let's take this one out. If I take this one out,
Bombs.
because I'm already over that attack site, the movement I can use to send the airplane back to the carrier, which I'll do, and I'll just click on it to say go there. That's it. Save time watching. Okay,
The
what
weight of our
next?
bombs makes me feel more confident.
We have this aircraft carrier. Going to leave
We
you for
bring
the
death
moment.
on our wings.
Do not underestimate us. Are there new orders from our godly Emperor?
Oh no, that
I'm
is the
in
aircraft
position.
carrier. This is the destroyer. I'm going to leave them there, I think, for the moment. Now, there is a button, I think, which says sleep for a turn. Put the unit into sleep mode for 1 turn. Okay, I think that should be
I'm in
okay.
position, guarding this area.
This turn, okay, that's good.
Imperial destroyer at your service.
And we'll do the same for you, I think, actually.
Guarding this area.
That's fine.
Imperial destroyer at your service.
And this destroyer here. The trouble is their main gun has... No, it's not going to get... Oh, could it get to that radar station? It might be able to, but let's see if we can deal with that with aircraft to start with.
How'd you see us?
That's my very badly damaged submarine. How badly damaged? Very badly, because I moved it when I shouldn't have moved it. Can I attack that? If I move you there and attack once more. Now this is an auxiliary unit, so oh yes! I got two hits on that destroyer, so he's down to one shell point now, one hull point. Why couldn't I have done that before? Darn it! Maybe, yeah, no, that's the same distance, isn't it? It's two. I don't know. Randomised chance, perhaps. That's the problem.
Operational. Protectors of the fleet.
Okay, I'm just sort of tapping through the next operational unit. Right, this is a fighter. So where's the? Can the fighter? Now the red here. I'm not quite sure what that red means. Does it mean I'm going to run out of fuel, or that I can't? I think it will mean that, or I can't be resupplied at that point. Now the 0. Oh, he's one of my core units. I don't want to lose him. Okay, let's attack this radar installation then, shall we? I think that's radar, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Your aircraft is running out of fuel. In order to refuel, the aircraft has to land in an airfield within a supply zone. Carrier-based aviation can use carriers.
Okay, I'm being told that he needs to refuel. Oh, and he's run out of attack. Bother! This is another 0. I'm going to leave you there for a moment. Aha! Right, you're an incendiary bomb. Let's take out that. Let's see if we can take out that battleship with a generalised attack. Okay, it wasn't quite sufficient.
Just a few moments and we'll be there.
But that's okay. That's okay.
Those bombs are heavy.
And this is another one. The question here is... Oh, that's interesting. This has gone from... Oh, I do know what that is. I was just thinking that's a 10 there. It's not a question mark.
We're going to explode.
So let's send you out to the airfield. We don't want the Americans to get their aircraft into the air to attack us. Excellent, we've dealt them a blow of 4. That's good, I think. Okay.
The weight of our bombs makes me feel more
Right,
confident.
your armour piercing. Or attack these fuel tanks. Let's do the fuel tank.
From the blast waves.
You see, the cinematics there stayed, but you couldn't actually see what I was attacking, which is rather annoying. Well, that's interesting.
Here we come.
I'm not sure how much damage we did to that. No, I don't know. It says 14 there, which is taking me a bit by surprise. It looks like a high number.
Death on our wings.
Okay, you're another armour piercing. Aha! So I can bring you in. We'll deal with that battleship, I think.
Bombs away.
Just bring you in quick. Oh! I've just noticed I have wiped out 1 enemy aircraft. Well, that must be from this attack here. Excellent. So I've wiped out 3 enemy aircraft out of 10. And I've now destroyed 5 of their battleships. Hey! The trouble is I'm feeling quite confident now. And is this where it all starts going wrong?
Destroyed next.
You're another dive bomber. Armour plated. Do we have aircraft here? We might do. let's try. I need to be over the target to attack it. Okay, let's attack this
Things are
air
going to
base.
explode.
See what happens. Yeah, nice visual, but it's unhelpful. I've now destroyed 6 out of 10 enemy aircraft.
Here we come.
Why am I feeling so confident? This is dangerous for me. Torpedo. Are you another battleship? You are. So let's get rid of
Things
you.
are going to explode.
We haven't quite got rid of you.
Is our strength.
Oh, what were you? I think you are a heavy cruiser. Okay. Yeah, you're not on my target list, but it would have been nice to get rid of you, I suppose.
Is here.
Okay, we'll leave the aircraft carrier there.
Don't forget about fuel.
And
Be careful with the bombs. Don't forget about fuel.
oh, I'm sleeping the aircraft, not the aircraft carrier. I'm not paying attention. So where are you? You must be on there. You've got a torpedo. Oh, I could get rid of this battleship.
Of course.
Let's do it. He's coming in. There you go. So this is going to be the 7th battleship out of their 8 to see the bottom of the ocean.
Is someone observing that area?
Oh, it says 6 out of 8 still. Maybe it can. That's a battleship there. That's a heavy cruiser. Well, that's unless there's another battleship somewhere else. Oh bother! They can be dangerous.
Are we
Okay.
fully loaded?
This is another torpedo equipped torpedo bomber. Let's attack this heavy cruiser, shall we? I don't think torpedoes can attack. Well, they can attack ground defences. Okay, during it says -5 to ground defence. It does sound silly attacking a ground station with a torpedo. Just notice this other oil tank here has a strength or whatever of a quality of 20. So I did take 6 out of this this other oil tank installation here. So that's I'm okay with that. Okay, let's take out this heavy
Can't
cruiser,
hide from the blast waves.
or at least move it towards its demise. Come on, I'm not going to wait. Getting impatient all of a sudden. I'll move you
Here we come.
in there. And there are aircraft here, aren't there? Oof.
The Imperial fleet knows no defeat.
Okay, we will leave you sleeping there.
We can rest for a while.
And we'll leave you resting
Thank
there.
the gods. We can rest for a while.
We'll have you... Actually, if I move you out a little bit...
With our aircraft, it is not necessary to come close to the enemy.
Your orders.
And this here, destroyer, again, you can move out a bit.
Enemy vessels
I'm just
are
getting them kind of out of the range of the radar. If we look at the radar, it does extend quite some way actually, so that I've got 2 ships outside of the radar catchment area, if you will. So that's fine, I suppose.
If the battleships are the muscle.
Okay, do I have anything else that I can move? We have this destroyer here. Again, I'll just move you
enemy vessels are
out that way. And then leave you there.
Guarding this area. Guarding this area.
And I think
To your
that's it done. Okay, shall we, to wrap this turn up, see what the Americans do? I have destroyed the 4 battleships I needed to for my primary objectives. I've wiped out 6 of their 10 10 of their aircraft. In fact, I've destroyed 6 out of their 8 in total battleships, but I still have to destroy the oil tanks, power station and the shipyard to complete all the primary objectives. I've still got 9 turns in which to do it, or is this including this one? Difficult to tell, but there we are. No, we're going to wait. We're going to wait until the next episode to see how the Americans come back and deal with the blows that I have already dealt them. I think that makes sense grammatically. If it doesn't, please complain in the comments box below. And in fact, yes, in that entire context, thank you for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Strategic Mind at the Pacific. If you have, a little bit of a like would be lovely to see. Even better though, if you've got any thoughts about the game, any recommendations or suggestions on how I can be even more devastating in my attacks on the enemy targets here, or criticisms of either the game or how I'm playing it, drop a note into the comments box below. It would be great to hear from you. And of course, if you've not already subscribed, you can do that by clicking the subscribe button, and then you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, here in Strategic Mind of the Pacific, until next time, bye bye for now.